Okay, poetry fans and friends, you asked for more poetry and now you're going to get it. Today's poem is by Christina Rossetti and it's entitled When I Am Dead, My Dearest. Now, Christina was diagnosed at age 18 as having a heart condition and probably given a poor prognosis. So she wrote this poem at that age with instructions to her friends, relatives, and lovers about how to handle things after her death. Now, usually I don't explain a poem, but usually don't means sometimes do. And some of you have asked for an explanation of a poem, so that's what's going to happen today. When I am dead, my dearest, sing thou no sad songs for me. Plant thou no roses at my head, nor stately cypress tree. Be the green grass above me, with showers and dewdrops wet, and if thou wilt, remember, and if thou wilt, forget. I shall not see the shadows, I shall not feel the rain, I shall not hear the nightingale sing on as if in pain, and dreaming through the twilight that doth not rise nor set. Haply I may remember, and haply may forget. So this poem is about her view of what should happen after her death. And basically, she doesn't want people to make a big deal about it. And she also informs us about her view that after death, she's not going to have much in the way of sensory function. And as a physician who has participated in a number of autopsies, I can guarantee you that the dead feel no pain, they see nothing, and they hear nothing. Incidentally, we only do autopsies on the dead because the living put up too much of a fight. Now, about the poem, it's in ballad form. And the ballad form has 4 beats to the first line and 3 beats to the second. And that keeps alternating that rhythm. If you are a meter reader, you will notice that there are some differences and departures from a strict rhythm of a ballad. For instance, the first line lacks a beat, and that's called catalexis. I'll point out a few things about the poem. One is the use of anaphora, which is a rhetorical technique where you repeat the same names, the same words for emphasis. And if thou wilt, and if thou wilt, and I shall not, and I shall not, and I shall not. The other thing is the use of Old English. Wilt actually means will, and doth, we would say does. Haply is a good solid word, but I haven't seen it recently. It means by chance or coincidence. The other thing is that in English poetry, alliteration is very important. In the Old English poetry, alliteration was more important than rhyme, more important than meter. So she hits us with a lot of alliterations as S sounds. When I am dead, my dearest, sing thou no sad songs for me, plant thou no roses at my head, nor stately cypress tree. So she's into this alliteration, and that gives the poem even more power. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out to you is the difference in Old English between will and shall. So will has a less powerful view of the future. It's more contingent, up in the air. If thou wilt remember, and if thou wilt forget. So she's not really sure what they're going to do, and she uses that will form. On the other hand, shall has a more powerful influence on us. It tells us that she firmly believes what's going to happen in the future. I shall not see the shadows. I shall not feel the rain. I shall not hear. So she's pretty sure that as a dead person, she's not going to be aware of much of anything. Anyway, it's an excellent poem, very powerful, short, well constructed, and concentrates on a single idea that a lot of us should think about. What's going to happen after death? Well, if you really want to be realistic about it, we know very little about what happens after death. There's adumbration. All is not fully knowable. So it's with a kind of uncertainty that we have to deal with and think about this particular issue. Thanks for watching. Have fun.